something for me. What is going on with the likes of Matthias Tell?
I'm sorry, but I don't know if you know about me. I don't pick on kids. I don't pick on kids. It's not something I do. So if you want to do that, feel free to do that. I don't do that.
Say that again.
I don't pick on kids. I don't pick on kids. A new player that, just like I don't do to Ethan Waneri, Miles Lewis-Skelly, I don't call out these young players when they've just come into a team and have an expectation of them. You guys want to do that? You guys want to do that? Feel free to do so. I don't condone that behavior. So
do you compare, George?
I mean, I'll say this. If you listen, if you're good enough, if you're old enough, you're good enough, innit? That's the bottom line. It's a men's sport. He's playing men's football. So therefore, he can be criticized like the man that he is. Not a kid. He's a man, technically, and he's playing at the men's level. So I'm asking you on his performance. Do you know what I'm saying? Asking you on his performance, what did you think? And then you don't have to pick on him. You can be honest about it.
Well, no, because you the way you framed the question at first until you added all those caveats in it, you wanted me to point him out. You said, I'm going to ask you about a player that's not performing and so on. He's a young player. He needs time to adapt. Simple. Manager isn't using him the right way. Manager needs to use him in the right position.
So do you think the manager...
As a young player, as you would know, with young players, you need to lean on their strengths. You don't bring them into a team and tell them to play multiple positions.
George, so based on that, George, so when you signed him on loan, it is on loan, right?
I'm just thinking about...
Hold on. Is it on loan?
Who? Matthias Tell?
Yeah.
Right,
so when you signed him on loan in January, George...
10, 12 million.
Were you happy with the signing?
The funniest thing is I've been very consistent. Yes, I've been very consistent with my assessment of the signing. I said I wanted experienced players. I would have liked a player that actually had experience to come into the front line. But for the player that he is, he's promising, he's potential.
Okay.
I don't have much of an expectation of him to take Spurs forward.
All right. I don't know if you might have just about answered that. So do you think so you didn't celebrate getting him in January, ultimately, because you've just said that he needs time to develop.
I didn't have much of an expectation on the kid. I never once said that this kid's going to be the difference. I literally said in my video that he will not bridge the gap between Tottenham and the top half of the table. He's not going to be the difference maker, no.
Right, so you're unhappy with bringing him in January then?
By the way, George,
I wasn't unhappy with bringing him in. No, again, George, you're trying to phase it.
You just said that
I wasn't unhappy. I wasn't.
That he needs time to develop.
So he's a young player. He's talented.
What about Kobe Mine? Every time you get onto him, then I've heard plenty from your mouth about getting onto Kobe. He's only 19.
So you say you've never gone to Kobe before? Never gone to Saka before?
Saka's 24, bro. He's a big man.
No. He's not always been 24.
Okay. So if you want to go get out receipts from 3 years ago, you can try. But I wasn't dissing him 3 or 4 years ago.
I asked the question. I didn't say you was. I asked the question.
Okay. So what we're talking about, you might as well ask questions that are relevant to the present in time, because now you're going to ask about opinions that you don't know.
Said it's something. If it's something you don't condone, then I take it. Even though Saka's an Arsenal player, you've never ever said anything negative about Saka.
He's 23 years of age. He's not a young player. He gets let into clubs in America. He can buy alcohol. He's not a young player. He's 2 years younger than I am, bro. He's not a young man. He's a big man. All
right. As I said, Saka has not been this age forever.
He's 23, by the way. He's 23, by the way. He's just turned 23 not too long ago.
So he's 23.
Yeah, when he was 21. So 2 years ago, when he was 21, would you get onto him?
Again, you're talking about teenagers compared to fucking 21-year-olds. You guys are not comprehending that.
2 years difference.
Tell's turning 20 next month. Tell's 20 next month. So he's not
he's still a young
got told by a month I can't get onto Kwanzaa.
He's turning 24 this year, is he not?
At 22, 23.
You know what's funny though, because you guys are out here trying to do some Saka apologist shit. When I just reference young players like Waneri who are gas up all the time, Miles Lewis-Skelly who are gas up all the time.
Yeah, but that's not how Tell's 19.
I don't even get onto Kobe Mainoo like that, so I don't know what we're doing here. The only person I do get onto is Shirley Carter and Garnacho, because he come in with some big arrogance. No, do you know why? I'll tell you why I get onto him, because he come in with the arrogance of fucking Ronaldo when he ain't shit. He's not shit. So when you come in thinking you're the big man and you're saying, yeah, this is my time doing Sue and all this rubbish, and then you're disappearing for 6 months, I will get onto you.
Yeah, but he's a teenager. He's still a teenager, no?
I just told you the reason why.
We're justifying little bits and parts, so...
You're asking me questions, and I can justify. It's my logic, innit? I'm allowed to. You don't need to agree with it.
Skelly's like 18 or 17 or whatever. Tell is actually turning 20 next month. So what we doing? We're doing it.
I don't get your point. I've just said
Matthias-
how
what,
I feel
Matthias
about
Are you
Tell.
beating Bournemouth? Are you beating Bournemouth?
Daps asked me a
Yeah.
question about Tell. I answered it. If that isn't sufficient for you, then please
It's a
make
fair
it on a
answer
just
to me.
assessment.
It's a
I don't
fair
need to
answer.
answer
No,
the
I'm
way
just
you guys
no,
want to answer.
I'm just saying.
Quite
I'm just
frankly,
trying to.
I
I'm
won't
trying
answer
to
the way you guys want.
me, George. I'm trying to make sense of it because you obviously, when I mentioned someone who was 22, yeah, or 22, you were like, well, you know, that's a whole 2 years. It's different. You highlight the difference between being 19 and 21.
No, I didn't. I said there's a teenager. I said certain amount of teenagers and then certain amount of 21, 22. And you're trying to say I don't consider 21-year-olds young.
Yeah,
They're still young. But ultimately, at that point, Saka has played what 5 years of Premier League football at this point. What are we doing here?
Right,
What he has. He's played. In fact, it's 6 years because he started off playing in 2018 under Unai Emery. He's got 7 years of senior experience near enough. He's like a Raheem Sterling. By the age of 21, Raheem Sterling already had 4 or 5 years of Premier League experience. Matthias Tel hasn't even played a full season at Bayern Munich, but you want me to get onto him when he's literally his first proper year
second season. He played last year.
He played, but he didn't. What was he?
Yeah, I hear.
A part-time player. He had like 1,000 minutes.
No, you're right. You're right. So people in the chat, can we get?
And that's bullshit, Saeed. I never once said Maddison's better than Odegaard. Please get the receipts up. You've got receipts of me of one game when I said, "Oh, Maddison started off the season better than Odegaard," but straight away I've been calling out Maddison. And it's funny because I've been on Newman's show for how long? I've been calling out Maddison since last year. 12 months. Madison's shit.
We need to ask him who are you more disappointed in, then the players or the manager?
Both.
Just quickly on Tell, yeah. Just quickly on Tell. He's.
No. We're not allowed to do that. We're not allowed to do that. We're not allowed to do that. We're not allowed.
No. You know what we're gonna do though.
No. You
can't say a word. You can't say a word.
You got to keep the same standard. You got to keep the same standard.
You guys. No, I don't think you get it, man. So you can try to do all that.
Archie Gray.
You want to talk about Tell? You're your own man. Do what you want to do. I'm my own man. I make my own decisions. I will do what I want to do. Clearly, if you don't want to make your own decisions, don't do it.
Let me ask this then.
Bandit. Tell him, Bandit.
We got him, guys. We got him.
Saeed, you said you're winning the FA Cup. Stop coming in this chat with all that talk. You and Castid, you said you're winning the FA Cup as well. So don't come here. Tell me about what my team is doing. I never want to call me a flip flop, but you two both put your team third. Allow it, man. What are we
Deflection.
Doing?
I basically
you said third.
Since yeah, but everyone makes predictions. It is what it is, isn't
it? Okay, I made predictions, and what does it say? I'm only man. I get things wrong. So
whoever Rag and Bone, big up them, man. But what's it called? Yeah. So since we're our own men, can a chat get creative with Matthias Smell's name, please? Thank you. We need to know some. Let's get creative with his name. By that, I done my own. Matthias Smells. You lot feel free on the panel as well if you got any names. Since we're our own men and we can do what we want, right? So.
And you're only human. You're only human.
Sorry, go on, continue.
George, do you think experienced
man said Tel Aviv?
Bro, is this the George show? Or is this not never a foul show?
It's the George show at the moment.
No.
You know what I don't like? This is the George show, but again, everyone's asking me for my opinion. Go watch Durag Diaries and run that shit out.
There we go.
Is that little smirk from you, George? Little crack, a little smile.
His name's Bandit. His name's not George. His name's Bandit.
Come on, George. We're over here. Over here.
Ask George, nicely. I'll give you a redirect.
Look up, please.
Man called him Teletubbies. Matthias Teletubbies.
It's mad. Come on, George, man. Crazy.
Hey, you need to stop calling him George. His name's Bandit.
At this point, they're gonna call him Matthias Bellin, but it's fine. You know what I'm saying? It's one of them brothers.
Hey. Oh my
Telescope is crazy.
That's crazy.
The mad thing is, Tell has actually won trophies. He's won the Bundesliga last season. So
he's actually a good baller as well. No, he's a good baller. George, he's a good baller. He's a good baller. We all rate.
You feel that?
He's got one of the most experienced.
You know what it is? He's really upset.
The Kenyan press is mad.
That he's taking it out on all his friends. That's what's happening. You know, them Monday. That's what's happening. So,
bro, he's just swinging like. You know when you're
where he's coming from. But this is real pain. This is like real hurt and pain. This is nothing, guys. This has nothing to do with any of you. This is all about him and his issues. You know what I'm saying? He's really irritated. You can tell.
You know what it is?
This is a true reflection of life.
Do you know what it is as well? It's like I I feel like George as well. George is very he really
Bandit. His name's not Jules. His name's Bandit. Not call him Jules.
Whatever you don't want to call him, innit? I'm just saying, yeah. He's very appreciative of his own time when he watches football in general, because we all know you can't get time back. You know, it's a concept that you know it keeps going, you never get it back. And to watch 86 minutes until your first shot on target against AZ. Now, this is, and again, by the way, I think you guys could have done with Troy Parrott. Troy Parrott plays for these, man. That's real Yid. That's real Yid. You know what I'm saying? That's Tottenham Academy stuff. Troy Parrott, if anyone knows about Troy Parrott, you know what I'm saying? And to get and by the way, did anyone actually see the shot on target that Spurs got? Did anyone see it?
Nah.
It was a cross. Yeah,
it was a cross that got sliced into the keeper's hands, and they're claiming that it was
You know what makes it worse? The fact that
wait, I just need to clarify who's claiming. Who's claiming that? Who's claiming that?
If you go on the stats, I think it says Spurs had one shot.
Yeah, up to Joe are claiming that, not me.
So Jules, what you're telling us is that
Bandit
Alkmaar has more goals than you had shots on target. Is that what you're telling me?
I can't lie, D. You really need to work on your script, man. The banter's not bantering right now, bro.
I think
get in the writing room. Get in the studio. Maybe get some help.
Can you clarify that for us?
You're giving him a way out. You're giving him a way out.
Yeah, let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something.
Oh man, yeah, 87 minutes to get one shot on target with an asterisk, by the way. I just think that's nasty work, innit?
I can't wait to face you lot, George, man. I can't wait, man. That's easy.
Oh, they got
what have you lot? Have Palace still got Tottenham this season?
Yeah, of course, away from home. Yeah, I can't wait, man. That's easy work, man. Easy work.
Hold on, what? You're away from home or they're away from home?
No, we're away from home, but that's what we're good at. We're fourth in the league when they're away from home. So
well, they got Bournemouth this weekend. At obviously Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Not that it really matters, but
it's a nasty game, man.
It's a nasty game, man.
Horrible.
What do man them think about that, man?
Horrible game.
What does George think about it? What does George think about it?
Nah, he's just gonna say I'm gonna go on mute again.
George?
He's working.
Yeah. He's working.
George,
it's not the Bandit show.
George.
Bro, literally, is again, like, I feel like people. Why is it George? Why don't you guys give your evaluation of how you think the game's gonna go?
Because
you guys clearly again. I've got so many things wrong this season by what you guys said. I don't know football. So why are you asking a guy that don't know?
You see what's just happened there? I just asked the Tottenham
and I'm
fan
simply
how
saying
you feel about
guys
and you just swung at me.
You guys keep saying you get this wrong, you get that wrong, you get this wrong.
It's just.
Bro, it's like you ask for directions, you get punched up. What the fuck?
George is swinging at George's just swinging right now. You're not looking. He's not looking. Don't take it personal. He's not looking at no. He's not looking. He's just going at anyone.